माई सेल्फ भरत चौधरी। और आज हम बात करेंगे टिश्यू। तो टिश्यू बेसिकली फार्मेसी डी फार्म नर्सिंग मेडिकल नॉन मेडिकल ह्यूमन एनाटॉमी एंड फिजियोलॉजी के चैप्टर हैं। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। टिश्यू, तो व्हाट इज ए टिश्यू? टिश्यू इज डिफाइंड एज ए कलेक्शन ऑफ सेल एंड ग्रुप ऑफ सेल्स and that made of the similar structure of cells and perform a similar function. So that's called the tissue. And another definition: a group of cells having the same origin, similar shape and size with a common general function is known as a tissue. And the study of the tissue that called the histology, and father of histology, who is Marcelo Malpighi, and divided into classification of the tissue. So it is a four types: epithelium tissue, connective tissue, and muscular and nervous tissue. And first, epithelial tissue that provides the covering of the other tissue and protective covering of the other tissue. And basically all type of epithelia consist of cells with minimum intercellular space, and they help in the protection, absorption, excretion, and secretion. Due to the absence of the blood vessels in the epithelium tissue, it does not obtain nutrient for its own supply. Epithelium absorbs the nutrient for other connective tissue and lymph vessels. Epithelium tissue is present on the body surface, and the lower body membranes connective tissue are present due to the involvement of the epithelium, allowing them to communicate to each other of tissue. And Frederick Ruch introduced the word of the epithelia, and it is developed by the three primary germinal layer like ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. And further the classify of the type of the epithelium tissue like simple epithelium, squamous, columnar, comoidal, and ciliated epithelium tissue. And second is a compound epithelium, that another name is stratified epithelium, and that further subtype like transitional epithelium, stratified squamous, keratinized epithelium, and another name cornified epithelium, and C stratified squamous non-cornified epithelium, and fourth is stratified columnar epithelium. And first is a simple epithelium. Simple epithelium is single layer of the cells that's called the simple epithelium tissue, and subdivided into the four types. Firstly, simple epithelial tissue in the single layer of the cells. And first, the single squamous epithelium tissue that have single layer of the flat cell, and cuboidal that like a cube-like structure that called the cuboidal epithelium tissue. And that third is a columnar, that a cylindrical shape of the tissue that called the columnar epithelial tissue, and just under the base attach the basement membrane, and underground the connective tissue present in the connective tissue. And let's see this is the basement membrane. Now upper part of the basal lamina and lower part of the reticular lamina, and this part of the basement membrane and basal membrane, and lower part of the connective tissue and upper part of the epithelium tissue. And usually firstly squamous epithelium tissue. Squamous tissue consists of the one layer of the flat cell. The nucleus usually placed in the center of the cells, generally situated on the basement membrane, and these are present in the alveoli of lungs and the loop of nephron and the wall of the blood vessels. And function: squamous epithelium are present mainly filtration, exchange of gas from the blood, and protect the internal organs. And second is the cuboidal epithelium tissue. The cuboidal epithelium tissue consists of the cube-shaped like structure and fitting closely and lying on the basement membrane, and found in the kidney tubules and some glands such as the thyroid. And main function of the cuboidal epithelium tissue are involved in the secretion, absorption, and excretion. And third is the cuboidal epithelium tissue. Cuboidal epithelium tissue are formed by the single layer of the cells in the rectangular in the shape on the basement membrane, and the lining of the stomach in the form from the simple columnar epithelium without the surface structure, and the majorly present in the columnar epithelium in the stomach layer. And third is the free surface of the columnar epithelium lining the small intestine is covered with the microvilli, and this is a finger-like structure. Microvilli provide a very large surface area for the absorption of the nutrient and other food particles for the small intestine. And in the trachea, columnar epithelium is ciliated and contain the goblet cells that secrete the mucus. And the main function of the cuboidal epithelium tissue, and inhale the particles that stick to the mucus layer are moved toward the throat by the action of the cilia in the respiratory tract. Why? Because the cilia are present on the columnar tissue. And the fourth is ciliated epithelium tissue. Ciliated epithelium tissue, that's mean cells of the ciliated epithelium may be columnar and cuboidal in the shapes, and this is a hair-like structure. 15 to 25 hair-like structure on the columnar and cuboidal epithelium tissue, and which are known as cilia. Ciliated cells are found in the respiratory tract, fallopian tube, and central canal of the spinal cord, and ciliary movement help in the flow of mucus, suspended particle, and bacteria. And let's see the structure. So this is a hair-like structure that called the cilia, and they help in the movement any other mucus and other particles. And this is a ciliated simple columnar epithelium, and lower the presenting the columnar epithelium tissue. And second is stratify and compound epithelium tissue. And stratify means the several layer of the cells of various cell, and more than one layer of that called the stratify epithelium tissue. And basement membrane are usually absent in this type of the stratify epithelium tissue. And function, the protect the underlying structure for the mechanical wear and tear. That's the main function of the underlining the structure in that from the mechanical wear and tear. There are three main types: stratify squamous epithelium, transitional, and stratify columnar epithelium. First is a stratify squamous epithelium, that is a flat-like cell, and a skull-like cell, and the composed of the skull-like the tissue, and composed of several layers of the cells. And the deepest layer the cells are mainly columnar, and they grow upward toward the surface. They are become the flatted and are the shed, and they are divided into two types: keratinized stratified epithelium and non-keratinized stratified epithelium tissue. And first is keratinized stratified epithelium tissue, found on the dry surface, subjected to the tear and wear, like they are present in also skin and hair and nail, because they are present on the keratin proteins. And second is the surface, and second line is the surface layer consists of dead epithelium cells that have lost their nuclei, contain the protein keratin, and form a tough, resistant, and waterproof protective layer, and they prevent the drying of the underlying cells and protect them. And second B is a non-keratinized stratified epithelium tissue to protect the moist surface from the wear and tear, and prevent the drying out, and like conjunctiva of the eye, lining of the mouth, pharynx, esophagus, vagina, that are also present in the non-keratinized stratified epithelium tissue. And second is a transitional epithelium tissue. In transitional epithelium tissue, they are composed of the several layer of pear-shaped cell. It is known as a transitional because the nature of the cells is migrated from the simple to stratified cells. And the upper layer of the cells is large and flat, and the lower layer of the cells is successively made up the periform and polyhedral cell. And this type of cells are found in the line of several parts of the urinary tract, including the bladder, and allow for the stretching of the bladder wall. And third is stratified columnar epithelium. They are also present in the conjunctiva, pharynx, and anal mucosa. It consists of many layers of the columnar cell. And then let's see the structure of the stratified columnar epithelium tissue. Thank you.